Picture this, a film that bombed at the box office, but exploded into a cultural phenomenon. Now hitting its 50th anniversary with Midnight Madness that still leaves fans screaming with delight. And yes, I see you shiver with anticipation. This rock musical, a hilarious mashup of comedy and horror, draws from Richard O'Brien's original London stage production. Despite its lackluster performance in theaters after hitting U.S. screens in 1975, it built an unstoppable cult following through late-night showings that continue to pack houses even today. But here's where it gets controversial. Many argue that Rocky Horror challenges societal norms with its bold themes of sexuality and gender fluidity, sparking debates about whether it's empowering or just plain outrageous. What do you think? Does it celebrate individuality, or does it go too far? We'll dive into that as we explore its wild history. Let's rewind the clock and trace how this seemingly forgettable 1970s flick transformed into a beloved cult classic over 5 decades. In the story, a couple of young sweethearts, Brad, played by Barry Bostwick, and Janet, Susan Sarandon, get caught in a downpour and end up with a busted tire. This unlucky twist lands them at the eerie estate of the eccentric Dr. Frank and Furter, Tim Curry. There, they meet a quirky crew, like the flamboyant biker Eddie, Meatloaf, and the oddball butler Riff Raff, Richard O'Brien himself. The plot kicks into high gear with energetic dance routines and rock anthems, culminating in Frank-N-Furter unveiling his newest invention, a strikingly attractive guy named Rocky, Peter Hinwood. The movie made its debut in London's Rialto Theatre back in August 1975, followed by its American launch on September 26th at the UA Westwood in Los Angeles. It wasn't until a year later that things really took off, as fans started showing up in full costume for after-hours screenings, fueling the midnight movie craze. And this is the part most people miss. What turned Rocky Horror from a flop into a legend wasn't just the film itself, but the interactive frenzy it inspired. For newcomers, often called virgins, watching isn't a quiet affair. It's an active, participatory event. Expect screenings filled with enthusiastic audience involvement. People yell witty, cheeky remarks or chime in on famous lines. It gets even more immersive with shadow casts, where volunteers dress as the characters and perform in silhouette right in front of the screen, lip-syncing and dancing along. The crowd joins in with call-and-response chants and props, turning the theater into a lively party. For beginners, think of it like karaoke meets a costume party. Everyone's invited to shout, dance, and let loose, making each viewing unique and unforgettable. To make your Rocky Horror adventure even better, here's how to level up. Where can you catch the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Theaters all over the U.S. regularly screen the film and host shadowcast events. For regular showings, head to your local cinema via sites like Fandango, http://www.fandango.com. For the full interactive experience, they often hold these in cozy, non-chain spots rather than big multiplexes, creating a more intimate vibe. The Rocky Horror 40 City Tour. If you're dreaming of rubbing elbows with stars, the original cast is marking the 50th anniversary with a nationwide tour. https://s.standard.com Rocky Horror, kicking off in September and wrapping up on November 13. Barry Bostwick, Nell Campbell, and Patricia Quinn will attend select screenings where you'll see the uncut version of the movie alongside a live shadowcast and all the audience antics. Plus, there are memorabilia exhibits, VIP meet and greets, costume competitions, and more. Check the tour site for all the juicy details. But let's stir the pot a bit more. Some fans hail Rocky Horror as a groundbreaking celebration of nonconformity and sexual liberation, while critics might see it as dated or overly provocative. Is it a timeless rebel yell? Or has its shock value worn off? Do you believe interactive movies like this are the future of cinema? Or just a niche novelty? Share your opinions in the comments. Do you agree, disagree, or have a wild story from your own Rocky Horror Night? Source: USA Today Network reporting and research. Reuters, The Standard Group, RockyHorror.com.